from WLWT, the official broadcast partner of the Western and Southern Tennis Tournament in Mason, Ohio. This is your Center Court Preview.
Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah.
We are down at the tennis court, Center Court, talking the Western and Southern Open. It's the oldest tournament in the U.S. that's played in its original city.
The biggest names in the sport are here. You've got the top 10 ranked men and women in the world getting ready to make a racket right here in Cincinnati.
It's the biggest and best field in the tournament's history. Good evening, I'm Cherie Palello.
And I'm Mike Dardis, and welcome to the Lindner Family Tennis Center here in Mason, where a new wave of talent and established stars will be on display in the coming days.
Over the next half hour, you're going to see the players' perspective, from a sneak peek inside the high-security locker rooms to the swanky amenities.
To the fans' viewpoint, we're going to show you the best seats in the house and the best ways to see your favorite players up close and personal. Other than the Grand Slam, Cincinnati's basically become the crown jewel of the professional tennis tour.
Yeah, and altogether, the top 43 ranked male players and the top 39 women are going to be playing right here this Saturday through the 17th.
WLWT's George Vogel and Elise Jesse taking a look right now at an all-star field.
We're outside the main entrance here, and Elise, the people coming through these gates are going to see a ridiculous field once again.
Yeah, definitely. It includes the past 3 women's winners and the past 3 men's winners. Rafael Nadal was set to defend his title at the Western and Southern, but plans for another celebration came to an end when Nadal suffered a wrist injury in practice. That leaves these 3 players at the top of the field: Novak Djokovic, Stan Wawrinka, and 4-time champ Roger Federer. Djokovic is coming off his very first win at Wimbledon and looks to do the same in Cincinnati.
We focus on the fact that he's never won here, but he's had tremendous success at this tournament. He's made the finals several times, so it's not a place where he hasn't had a lot of success. He just hasn't won that final match.
And there's some dark horses in that field as well, like Grigor Dimitrov, Kei Nishikori, and 6'10" John Isner.
Yeah, big guy there.
Yeah, I know. Can you tell us anything about the women's side?
Oh, yeah. 2 names, 1 player, Serena Williams. Almost every expert we talked with says it's her tournament to lose.
If Serena is healthy, focused, and ready to play, no one can beat her.
However, there is competition, even though 2012 champ and second-ranked Li Na had to pull out with a knee injury. 5th-ranked Maria Sharapova is a former winner. There's up-and-coming American Sloane Stephens, and dark horses like Simona Halep and Canadian Jeannie Bouchard, who made it to the final match at Wimbledon.
She seems very confident. It's something that's important. When you are able to say, yes, I'm great, you really believe in it.
So a lot of you are probably asking, what about last year's winner, Victoria Azarenka?
Well, she's got a left foot injury, and that's caused her to miss a lot of tennis this year, but she's working her way back in shape.
All right, that's a quick look at a very strong field. Back to you.
This is the big board behind me right here, and by this time tomorrow night, it's going to be filled with all the big names in the tournament. The draw party is tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m., and here's how it works. The seeds are based on the latest rankings from each tour. The highest ranked tennis players in the world will obviously be the top seeds. The 16 top seeds for the tournament will mirror the top 16 players in each respective tour's rankings as of today. Now, once the seeds are in, the other players are drawn at random and placed on the empty lines until the draw is filled. There is the possibility that one of the top seeds could get matched up against a top 20 opponent in one of the first couple of rounds, so that could make for some great tennis early in the tournament.
I'm right outside the Paul Flory Tennis Center, and this here is your best chance at getting a glimpse at one of the tennis stars, maybe Maria Sharapova. So their vehicles will pull right up here to these gates. The star will then get out and walk through this area. You can be lining this area, and then they're whisked in here to the exclusive players-only area.
We have players that will walk from the players' lounge right to their practice court. They'll walk right through the crowd, sign autographs. It's just a nice venue to get close.
Once the players are in the tennis center, they go into the locker room to get ready for their practice session or their match. As you can see, players and coaches only, but just for today, special privileges. We'll give you a little tour. Come on in. They don't have the signage up yet, but here's an interesting note. Once you win this tournament, you have a locker tag for life, so you can come with your family, you can enjoy the tournament. So for example, Andy Roddick, he's retired, but he still might have a locker tag here, Nadal here, Federer here. Here's something else. This locker room is actually bigger than the women's locker room, not because they're playing favorites, it's because all of the coaches have their stuff here in the men's locker room. You know, maybe after a hard-fought 3-set win, you might want to come in here and lie down and get yourself a nice massage. You might be surprised at how many people, the top players in the world, actually bring in their entourage to these tournaments. A masseuse, somebody to string the racket, a training coach, a physical therapist, even a chiropractor. Again, this takes a team, a big team, to keep these top players in shape. Now let's go over to the women's locker room and say hi to Cherie.
I'm inside the ladies' locker room right now, which is about half the size of the men's. Why is that? Well, it's women's only. You know, in women's professional tennis, female coaches are more the exception rather than the rule. In fact, world number 1, Serena Williams, prefers to play with the boys. She has a male hitting partner, Sasha. He's 6'5". Now, one player who believes in girl power is 2013 Western and Southern champion Victoria Azarenka, who has a woman on her coaching team.
The other off-limits area for fans is the Players' Lounge and Cafe. It features a pool table and plenty of flat-screen TVs. Not a bad place to hang out with your entourage and fellow pros.
These are obviously highly competitive athletes, so they're highly competitive at everything that they do. So whether they're playing video games, playing pool, watching a soccer match on TV and jawing back and forth.
And they're not just into tennis. Last year, when Rafa Nadal captured the 2013 Western and Southern Open, he headed straight to the lounge for 2 things.
So right after his championships, he's just sitting in front of the TV, eating a scoop of ice cream, watching his soccer match, and we all just sat in amazement as to the next thing that he had on his mind.
What flavor ice cream, you may ask?
Chocolate chip. So now we know.
To help satisfy whatever hunger cravings the players may have, there's the private dining area. Not only do the players fill up their bellies here, they also fill up their wallets. That's because there's a private bank right in the cafeteria where players go to pick up their winnings. And that's not the only star treatment they get. Volunteers are on standby to handle any and every request at the concierge desk.
Going to amusement park, where's the movie theater, restaurant recommendations, tell me about shopping options.
Need tickets to see the Reds play the Red Sox next week, or maybe the Bengals preseason game against the Jets? No problem.
Many of the players love to also golf, so where they may have an off day, they want to try to get out on a course, so the staff there will assist with booking some tee times.
And the concierge desk isn't the only place you'll find volunteers.
And that's what makes this machine go. This tournament wouldn't happen without them.
This is my 21st year. It's summer camp for adults. We love it. It's absolutely the best week of the year.
Coming up, the perks of being one of the people who puts this event on.
One cool way to connect with your favorite player is through social media. A team will be in the tunnel giving you live behind-the-scenes tidbits as players come onto the center court using the hashtag Tweets from the Tunnel. And fans, you can share your experiences too by joining WLWT's Live Wire during the event. Well, hi there and welcome back to WLWT News 5's Center Court Preview for you, where all eyes are on the Linder Family Tennis Center as the best of the best come here to play. And it takes a lot of people to get this place ready.
It sure does, and the driving force behind it, the volunteers, we've talked about that quite a bit, just incredible at this tournament. 1,300 volunteers in all, compared to only 12 full-time employees making this event happen.
As WLWT News 5's Richard Childs shows us, they know this is the best place to see their favorite pros up close.
I'm Ann Wepkenberg, and I'm co-chair of Sponsor Hospitality.
Hi, I'm Brian Stanford, and I am the Usher chairperson.
My name is Martha Carter, and I work in the Volunteer Coordinator's office.
Behind every serve and every backhand, there's a small army. I'm Tom, and I'm a ticket taker.
There are many faces doing many jobs, working and smiling, game after game, set after set, making memories on the court and off.
Over the years, I've met a lot of the players, but you know, we're hostesses. We entertain. You know, we're gatekeepers. We're bouncers. We have the best time.
I was on court with Andy Roddick and Andre Agassi, and it was the most exciting thing I've ever done.
I met Roger Federer because he had come into our tent and was looking for someone to help escort him out.
From the locker rooms to the grandstands, and even in the middle of center court action, it's the 1,300 volunteers who are at the heart of this tournament.
I'm Jordan and I'm a ball kid. I'm Michaela and I'm his sister and I'm a ball kid.
Now, while the eyes of the world will be on this tournament, watching stars throughout the tennis world, the volunteers make sure that it gives it a very Cincinnati feel.
All right, thanks, Richard. Back here at center court now. We're continuing to put you in the shoes of the stars. We really want to give you a player's perspective, so check this out here. This is what they see. More than 11,400 fans are going to fill up the center court stadium. And it's not just you and an opponent down here on the court. There are 6 ball boys and girls, 8 line judges, the chair umpire, and get this year, for the first time, there will even be fans. Yes, there are 8 courtside seats. Kind of envision maybe a Lakers game. And get this, of course, yes, they're sold out. All right, let's send it up now to Mike Dardis, giving you a perspective from the seats. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hey, Cherie, how you doing? I'm up here on the terrace level showing you what it's like to be a fan at center court. You know, this place was specifically built for tennis, so even way up there in the last row, you still get a pretty good view of all the action. The full series and mini plan ticket packages are already sold out, and so is Championship Sunday. But you can still snag single session tickets throughout the week for the afternoons and the evenings. Now, each day the tournament will release ground passes that will get you seats at any of the other courts. For a one-of-a-kind experience, there's the luxury suites. The suites have great views of center court with seats right outside, private air-conditioned rooms, and private bathroom access too, as well as the all-important flat-screen televisions and drinks and catering. Typically, this is where you're going to find your corporate sponsors, the wives and children of players, and even a few celebrities.
Speaking of celebrities, who you might see here this year and how you can enjoy the Western and Southern Open like a star when we come back.
Now, as we head to break, some of the tennis stars coming to Cincinnati have had some pretty interesting experiences off the court. Roger Federer challenged to a match by Olympic skiing star Lindsey Vonn. The two played on a glacier in the Swiss Alps.
Venus Williams traded in her tennis racket for, well, nothing. Her buff bod featured in the buff on the cover of this year's ESPN's Body Issue.
Ivo Karlovic shared a laugh at the net when 5'9" Dudi Sela brought a chair over to give the 6'10" Croatian star a congratulatory hug during a match in Colombia last month.
And Andy Murray gave us another reason to love him when he rescued a runaway puppy from traffic while on his way to practice at Wimbledon.
What's it like playing in front of these fans here in Cincinnati? It's great, it's great.
It's great to see them up close and personal on TV. It's a lot different.
Great crowds from the beginning of the tournament, so it's nice. The tournament's got a lot of history. They know their tennis here, so it's always fun to play here.
The tennis stars love Cincinnati. Welcome back to WLWT's Center Court Preview. There are 16 courts and 4 stadiums here at the Lindner Family Tennis Center.
Depending on the day, matches may be played on up to 7 or 8 courts. So with all the talent coming here to Cincinnati, your favorite stars could be playing at the same time.
The schedules are made daily and they're available every night right around 6 o'clock.
Watching the players practice has become a fan favorite. You can get close, and the players have even been known to stop and sign some autographs. An electronic board near the players' entrance updates fans on who is practicing on which courts. Find a link to both the tournament schedule and the practice times by going to the As Seen On section of our website, WLWT.com.
The Western and Southern Open brings out some pretty famous fans, too. Golfer Sergio Garcia has been spotted on the sidelines. British Open winner Rory McIlroy has also been in the stands. but you won't see him this year. He broke off his engagement to Caroline Wozniacki back in May. Model Brooklyn Decker and Gavin Rossdale from Bush have also attended the tournament. So scan the box seats and the suites and keep your eyes open at the food court. You can see what it's like to live like a celebrity for a day.
You can sip champagne or you can shop to dress like a pro. WLWT News 5's Christy Davis shows us the off-the-court action, including some new additions this year.
Now, we all know that tennis takes center court during the tournament, but folks at the Western and Southern Open are also serving up a lot of fun, even when you're not watching a match.
Not too many people on the ground right now, but during the 9 days of the Western and Southern Open, 200,000 people are expected to pass through. And they don't just come for the tennis.
Well, when you come out, there's always the tennis, but what's become more and more prevalent over the last 5 years is the social scene out here in the food court, the opportunity to dine at some of Cincinnati's best restaurants. This year, new, some Cincinnati staples, so Montgomery Inn and then Graders.
Graders will even unveil a special flavor for this year's tournament. Cincinnati favorites from La Rosa's to Taste of Belgium to Jean Robert's table will take up these tents, and to wash it all down,
Our new Legends Bar will have over 60 bar stools, a great place to pick up craft beer or Michelob Ultra.
beer not your drink? Well, check out the Wine Garden or Champagne Bar. And if you don't have the moves on the court, then off court you can get down to the sound of one of 30 local bands outside center court. And the Open boasts the largest retail tent of any tournament worldwide. So yeah, you can also go on a shopping spree for your favorite tennis gear, keeping the action going on and off the court.
It's busy out here, but busy in a good way.
And you can wrap up your Western Southern experience from right down there, cheering on this year's tournament winners atop the Champions Balcony. And a word of warning to all the women out there, make sure you put on proper footwear. I have been walking around in heels all day. My feet are killing me. From the Linder Tennis Center, Christy Davis, WLWT News 5.
Thanks, Christy. And by the way, some of Cincinnati's top chefs will be here each night at 5:30 in the Wine Garden for some special demos and some special tastings.
Great. There are plenty of ways for you to enjoy the Western and Southern Open with your family. Saturday is Graders Kids Day. Every year, hundreds of local kids come out to play with the pros. These are kids of all skills and abilities. There's also autograph sessions and face painting, and tickets are only $5.
Then on Sunday, it's High School Day. The pros will put on an exhibition and help future stars with their game, and students will get lunch from Skyline.
Sunday is also family night. You can get $8 off adult tickets and half off child tickets thanks to Kroger.
And Monday, honoring those in uniform. Any military member or civic personnel like police and fire can receive a half-price ticket for the day or evening session.
If you are headed here for the tournament, you may see some orange barrels along the way.
But the good news is that construction along I-71 won't have much of an impact on your trip here.
Ample parking, free parking, which is very unique for an event. And we've had record crowds, and it's flowed very well.
Signage along I-71 will guide you right here to the tournament. Unless you have a special parking pass, exit 25 is where you're going to want to get off there at Kings Mills Road. It's not far from the exit. Just follow more signs to Tennis Center Drive. Parking is free and gates open 2 hours before the start of the session.
We've shown you the players and the fans' perspective, but how does the world see us?
Coming up, the focus is on Cincinnati. Why is this event so significant to the game of tennis? This control room is the eyes of tournament play. 10 Hawkeye cameras tracking every serve, every volley, every fault, and match points. And the camera never lies. The fraction of an inch that mean the difference between winning and losing.
Welcome back to the Western and Southern Open Center Court Preview.
2 words sum up this tournament: tradition and importance. The players see it as the last stop before the U.S. Open, the final Grand Slam of the year. So each year they flock here to hone their games for New York and Flushing Meadows and vie for points and rankings. And it's one of the 5 places in the world, other than the Grand Slams, that fans can see both the top men and women play at the same time. The tournament started back in 1899 at the Avondale Athletic Club, where Xavier University now stands. Over the years, the venue and the name have changed, but one thing remains: all eyes are on Cincinnati.
We have fans coming in from all 50 states and over 30 countries. And certainly since we became a combined tournament in 2011 and had all these top players gather at one time, that's really been a magnet for fans.
The event is also broadcast to 190 countries with more than 60 million people all around the world watching.
So the Tri-State hopes to serve up a good impression, and it all starts with showcasing and showing off our young local talent.
And the home of the brave.
Wow!
30 young and inspiring singers competed in June, each for the chance to sing the national anthem on center court. 7 were selected to belt it out. This event not only makes Cincinnati look good, but it also does a lot of good for our city.
Over the past decade, this tournament has given more than $9 million to Children's Hospital, the Barrett Cancer Center, and Tennis for City Youth.
Truly making a difference for our community and beyond. So hopefully you're going to have a chance to come on out here and see what the Western and Southern has to offer.
And we've got it all covered for you right here on WLWT Channel 5 and also on our website, WLWT.com. Enjoy the tennis and have a great night.